think someone was to take the ones you said, the first two.
The second one's not good.
As the wind comes down, look at the way it swirls around the base of the see it here. It was like stretched down. You could help guide yourself down. You didn't more on the way up. I slid down, and I had a camera and equipment shipped with me in a backpack, but it was dry. It wasn't.
Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Charles Abels, local photographer in and around Prescott Valley, Arizona, and I hope that you'll enjoy this very special presentation. Earlier this week, I had returned from Alaska after spending 2 weeks up there. Of that 2 weeks, I spent 1 week on a small Aleutian island in the middle of the Aleutian chain called Adak, Alaska, with 3 other Marines: Byron Bailey, Mike Rogers, and Dr. Barry Erdman. And we all went up there to celebrate a reunion of Marines who have served on Naval Station, Marine Barracks, Adak, Alaska. And we had a great time up there. We talked, we laughed, we shared our experiences while serving up there. And as a result, I got tons of digital photographs and tons of digital videos, so that the 4 of us over the next several months will be able to put together a mini documentary, as it were. In this episode, what I want to share with you is I brought up there 2 cameras. The main camera that I used throughout the week was the Panasonic Lumix S5 II. I'll probably talk more about that camera and give you my thoughts on that later on in another presentation. However, what I want to talk to you about is the film camera that I did bring up there. Now, throughout the presentation, I'm sharing black and white photos that I had taken, and at one point, I even allowed Mike Rogers to take photographs, and they were mostly of me. But having said that, I had decided to take the Leica M6. This camera, well, it goes without saying, it's a beautiful camera. And I hope as you watch this presentation, and the black and white prints that you see shows that. I had decided to take this camera as opposed to the Rolleiflex 35 because the Rolleiflex 35 has a collapsible lens, but it's at a 40mm focal length. And the more I thought about it before going up there, the more I thought a 40mm lens, focal length lens, is a great lens for street photography, as an example, or documentary photography. We're going up to Adak, and I wanted something of a wider angle that's going to capture more of the landscape of what Adak is. And so I decided to take this Leica M6 along with the Elemarit-M 1.2, as you were, 2.8, 28mm ASPH lens on here, and to bring it up and see what kind of photographs I would acquire. Now, I was very mindful up there because the weather is a bit rough, a bit heavy up there. We had winds, we had rains, everything that we would expect while up at Adak. So I didn't pull this out as often as I would have liked to, because I did bring 3 rolls of Kodak Tri-X 400 film and only shot or photographed with 2 of the rolls. And in short, I was pretty pleased. And so right now, I'm sure at this stage, I got a few more black and white photographs left, and I'm going to share that with you. And then I'll get back and share my final thoughts. Well, I hope you enjoyed the final section of photographs. There's a certain quality of black and white images that is, to me, phenomenal in expressing what you want to capture. Adak is no longer its former glory. Back when I was up there, we had a role. We were in the Cold War, and we had a role to perform. The island was just humming with activities, even with just 3,500 folks on an isolated outpost, as it were. We were busy, we were a family, and now Adak is a former shell of itself. Just the buildings and the ghost remains. Having said that, I will say that I was very much impressed with the crew that lives up there full time. From what I've seen, the primary purpose is to run and maintain the runway and provide services for those that are coming up there to hunt, coming up there to fish, and coming up there as eco-tourists who want to see the environment. The island itself is it's beautiful. You can't beat it. I hope in our upcoming mini documentary we can reflect that. Having said that, I want to say thanks to those that have subscribed to my channel. Hit the like, if you would please. We'll just wrap this up and say adios. Until next time.